My dear friends and ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to day number 32. Yesterday, we learned to use future continuous tense in our communication, the positive form, negative form, and the interrogative form, and to answer the yes-no questions. After that, we'll learn the contractions in future and future continuous tense, and also the point of time in the future. Today, let's learn some more sentences in future continuous tense. Then we shall have a recap of the tenses we have learned so far. Some more examples, the future continuous. The student says, I will study well and I will become a doctor after some years. Point of time, after some years. I will study well and I will become a doctor after some years. When I become a doctor, condition. When I become a doctor, I will help the poor and will make my parents happy. So condition, when I become a doctor, I will help the poor and will make my parents happy. My brother will be an IPS officer, planning. My brother, I will be a doctor, my brother will be an IPS officer, and he will help the government to maintain law and order in the states. He will help the government to maintain law and order in the states. Our parents are getting old. It is our duty to keep them happy. A compulsion. It is our duty to keep them happy. So, I will keep them with me and provide all that they need. I will keep them with me and will provide all that they need. Number 5. My uncle will be coming next week from America. Continuous tense. Future continuous tense. My uncle will be coming next week from America. He already promised me, past tense. He already promised me a laptop for my studies. So, he will be bringing the laptop next week. Future continuous tense. So, he will be bringing the laptop next week. Number 6. Peter's mother is a very nice lady. A statement. Peter's mother is a very nice lady. She will be cooking payasam for my birthday week after next. My birthday is week after next. She will be cooking, future continuous tense. She will be cooking payasam for my birthday, which comes week after next. I'll be happy to spend some time with them. I will be happy, future tense. I will be happy to spend some time with them. India will be testing COVID-19 vaccine invented by Russia. India will be testing COVID-19 vaccine invented by Russia. The government says that it will control future tense. It will control the spread, of coronavirus soon, future. So the government says it will control the spread of coronavirus soon. I will always keep my parents happy. I will, future. I will always keep my parents happy. See, 9 sentences, everything the future and future tense. I'll study well and I will become a doctor after some years. See, I'll study well and I will become a doctor after some years. When I become a doctor, I will help the poor and will make my parents happy. When I become a doctor, I will help the poor and will make my parents happy. My brother will be an IPS officer and he will help the government to maintain law and order in the state. My brother will be an IPS officer and He will help the government to maintain law and order in the states. Our parents are getting old. It is our duty to keep them happy. My parents are getting old. It is our duty to keep them happy. So I'll keep them with me and provide all that they need. Number 5, my uncle will be coming next week from America. He already promised me a laptop for my studies, not to play, for my studies. So he will be bringing the laptop next week. I am happy he will be bringing a laptop next week. Peter's mother is a very nice lady. Peter's mother is a very nice lady. She will be cooking payasam for me or for my birthday week after next. My birthday is week after next. So Peter's mother will be cooking payasam for me. I'll be happy to spend some time with them. I'll be happy to spend some time with them. India will be testing COVID-19 vaccine invented by Russia. India will be testing COVID-19 vaccine invented by Russia. The government says that it will control the spread of coronavirus soon. I'll always keep my parents happy. I'll always keep my parents happy. I hope we have learned almost all the types of sentences, the intricacies of the language. So I did not touch the past perfect continuous tense that we may not be using in our routine. So past, I don't want to confuse you also. So past perfect continuous tense. Then I did not touch on the future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. These 3 we don't need. So I have touched all the other 9 types. 4 in present tense, 3 in past tense, 2 in future tense. This is enough for us, and we learned all the positive, negative, and interrogatives. With this, let us move on to see a recap of what we have learned so far. A recap. We have learned the tenses. First, we have learned the tenses, the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. These are the 3 tenses. Then we also learned that each tense has 4 forms. Each tense has 4 forms such as simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. 4 forms. Again, we learned that each form of the tense could be used in positive form, negative form, and interrogative form. So now we learned the tenses present, past, future, and the forms simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous, and the usage positive, negative, and interrogative. Let us continue the recap. We further learned that each interrogative form has 2 answers. Each interrogative form has 2 answers, positive answer and negative answer. In this connection, we understood that from only one verb, we can make 60 sentences as follows. We can make 60 sentences from only one verb. See, number 1, 3 tenses into 4 forms is equal to 12 forms. 3 tenses into 4 forms is equal to 12 forms. 12 forms into 5 types of sentences. Positive, negative, interrogative, positive answer, negative answer. 60 sentences. Easy. If one verb can give us 60 sentences, and if we know only 100 verbs, then calculate, we can make 60 into 100, 6,000 sentences. Only 100 verbs. Only 100 verbs. 6,000 sentences. That's more than enough for us to communicate in any language for us English. So please understand that English is not a very tough language to learn. I am telling it is a very easy language. Today I am telling it is not a tough language. We have an imagination, we have an intention that English is a foreign language and it is a very tough language. No, it is not a very tough language to learn. It's a very easy language, very simple. In fact, each one of us know more than 500 verbs. 500 verbs means 30,000 sentences you can make. Enough. Leave out the 100 or 500 verbs we know. Just list out the verbs of our daily routine. From morning, wake up to going to bed, we do a lot of activities. You do just to write down the activities. What did you do today? Morning, wake up, washing the face, brushing the teeth, combing the hair, taking bath, so many things, so many things. So just imagine and start writing. Eating the breakfast, cooking lunch, so many things, so many things. So just write down the list out. That is your personal dictionary. That's enough for you to speak in English or communicate in English. By adding subject, so you list out the verbs, add subject parts, who does, add the predicate parts, what, when, where, why. All the answers for the WH questions. And practice. And practice. Practice makes perfection. Practice brings in perfection. So without practice, you can learn nothing. For anything, you need practice. Practice brings in perfection. Practice for 20 to 30 minutes every day. Make it a habit. Make it a habit and practice for 20 to 30 minutes every day and watch my lessons. You can be a good communicator within 2 months. So practice for 20 to 30 minutes every day. Make it a habit. First thing, you have to make it a habit. When? Fix a time. Either in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening or at night. You fix up the times. Every day do that at that time only. One day morning, one day afternoon, one day evening. No. Fix up a timing and that is making a habit. In the morning, we have a habit of drinking a cup of coffee or tea. Then we have the habit of reading a newspaper. And then we have a habit of taking bath. Then we have a habit of eating our breakfast. So many habits we have. And this is also one of our habits. I request you to make it a habit. The other problems faced to communicate in English is the use of and placement of prepositions and articles. Seems to be very simple. Very simple. 2 or 3 letters and articles, even one word, one letter makes a word. So the use of articles and prepositions. Lot of people make lot of mistakes in the prepositions. The prepositions and articles look very easy with 1 or 2 letters of the English alphabet. But a small mistake will change the whole meaning. If you put instead of to, from, the meaning changes. So one simple mistake makes the whole meaning, make a wrong mistake. It's a bad word, bad sentence. So we have to be very careful in using the correct preposition at the appropriate place. I shall meet you with the 60 sentences of a verb. I told you, with a verb, we can make 60 sentences. Tomorrow, I will come and meet you with 60 sentences of a verb and continue to learn the prepositions and articles. With this, let me conclude today's lessons. So I hope we learned all the sentences, the types of sentences, all the verbs, all the tenses, everything. And we can communicate very well with a little practice. And I told you, practice, make it a habit. In the meantime, please note to click the like icon if you like it. Add your comments in the comments box and share this to your friends and relatives. Please subscribe the channel if not already done. To subscribe, go to YouTube link, click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon and all. The bell icon, there's three options are there, all personalized, and you click the all. So you will get all the future lessons to you. So thank you very much and see you again tomorrow with a new lesson. Until then, bye.